Okay, I have a list of what I believe is most of the stuff we're going to find out from this beta, and I'm just going to casually go through it, so I apologize if this video is a little bit hard to watch, but there is a lot of info here for those of you that don't have access to the beta and you want to find stuff out about it. So just to start off, we'll go over some mechanics. I'm showing here the switch perspective button. Already missed it in case you weren't paying attention, but you can change your over-the-head camera to the other side, like this, which can means you can peek the left side of walls much better. If you've ever played S4 League, it's just like that. It's just a keybind, switches the camera. Okay, the FOV is scuffed. I don't know if you could tell, but the FOV and camera distance are quite low. It's a little bit better if you force 4x3, but I don't know. This is one of the biggest complaints so far. In a way, it's kind of nice because, you know, it feels like way more intense and it's way easier to miss things. It feels like faster paced because of it. But I do think it's a little bit too zoomed in, so I mean, I'm expecting they'll change that. The sword, mostly anti-lead, which is not really very popular. I think in Glad rooms it's lead, but generally speaking in other rooms it is anti-lead, which most people don't like. I'm showing here that Hell's Climb doesn't work, which is like one of the only mechanics in the game that seems like different, like significantly different. And then something about shimmer to shimmer, which I'm doing right here, feels like a little bit different for the inputs than what I'm used to. It's fine. Something about it just feels a little weird. And then blocking actually works in this. I'm very happy to see this. For some reason, in the netcode for a lot of private servers nowadays, blocking just does nothing. You just can't block bullets like you're supposed to be able to do. And in this, it actually works. So I'm very happy to see that. Archetype probably exists, by the way. I don't really know exactly how to get it yet, but there's a screenshot. Actually, I think I can show. Here's a screenshot of archetype, right? Alright, so going through the settings, these are the crosshairs. The chat is still filtered even if you have filter off, which is kind of annoying. The frame rate limiter is garbage. 240 is the best option you have, so you have to use an external frame limiter. And then here I'm showing off the sword trail. It's the standard private server 1.5 sword trail between nothing and then some sword trail. Unfortunately, I don't have the super old crazy sword trail. Here's some of the settings. There's no 4x3 by default, and I think that's because the UI doesn't work with it yet. You can force it in the XML, but if you do that, changing any setting like your audio or anything in here will revert the resolution, which is really annoying. Especially because like the FOV is so bad on 16:9. It's kind of nice to have the 4x3 FOV. I don't think replays are in yet. I'm just going through what the key bindings look like. It's pretty all pretty standard. Yeah, there's a block list and then a little coupon thing here. And then I should go to the hideout here, and then I show you the options to like report, block, and kick people. And then here's the hideout. It's not very much. It's mostly just to change characters and look at them, I guess. There's two things in the top left, record and achievements. If you click those, I assume those will be like it's detailed stats and then like challenges sort of thing, or like Steam achievements, you know, standard achievement stuff. And then in the play UI, this is okay. It's a little bit confusing when you start, especially because everything is selected by default. So you have to like deselect some stuff to get to the stuff that you actually care about. League and Clan War, obviously Clan War is just Clan War. League, I assume, is their like solo queue ranked mode, basically similar to like ladder that private servers have. Oh, those are not in yet. The UI is pretty responsive, by the way, or just overall in here, and that includes the shop and the room. The room is just your inventory, right? Standard inventory stuff. It's pretty nice, actually. There's a tab for accounts there, so there are account-bound items for probably the stuff that costs real money, which is not in yet. Just showing a little bit of what the UI looks like here. We'll get more into the detailed stats of the stuff and then show off the actual like outfits and stuff as well a little bit later. Then there's a gender button on the side. Yeah, so there's an extra like skin equipment slot which I just clicked there, and then also customize. I don't know if that changes like your face or your like body or anything. And then I assume the third extra like thing is like skins on top of your regular gear. It might have different slots that we're used to. Like they said there's going to be like bullet trails or something, but it's not in yet, so we don't really know yet. Then here's event. There's daily missions and weekly missions like a lot of like modern games have. These are just placeholders, I think, just so they can test the mechanics to see if they work. And then if you click it, you get, you know, some kind of reward, which, I mean, 100 XP is nothing. So I'm pretty sure these are just placeholder numbers. And then weekly missions. You can see that the weekly reset is at a specific time. So even though the game like just came out 6 hours ago, there's only like 3.5 days or so. And then there's ETC 1 and ETC 2, which I believe these are going to be, one of them will be challenges. So stuff like do this hard thing in the game. For example, beat the Thunder Goblin King or beat a challenge quest. And then the other one I think will be for like special events, like, you know, like if they're doing some kind of like holiday event or just random event to give you like some kind of reward. And there's like a friends list and chat over here. It's not great, but I mean, I haven't really used it very much. It's probably fine. It doesn't really matter that much anyways. I think clans are in the game, but I haven't seen one yet. I haven't tried to make one because I'm not level 10 yet, unfortunately. And so here's the map options. I think they renamed a few things. So this is Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch Extreme, Gladiator, Team Gladiator, Assassination, and then Gunman is new. Gunman is like, I think you get one gun only, and you can't use your sword, you can't use your other gun. I don't know if you like, if it's like a standard like gun game where like you like upgrade your gun or you get like gun changes when you get kills or a certain number of kills or anything, because I haven't actually played it. But it is some weird like gun only mode, so you're just like rolling around and doing like the standard like med style movement. Okay, maps, there's town, station, mansion, and then a new one. I'll show you the new one later. Mansion and town are just graphical upgrades, which I'll also show. And then station is completely reworked. Here's some of the kill settings, the player settings, time limit. They have friendly fire in the game, and it's on by default, which is really weird. It's cool to have friendly fire, but it should not be on by default. Same thing with like anti-lead sword. Like it's cool to have anti-lead sword, but why is it on by default? Hotkey I think is for like an easy input mode where they have two settings. I skipped over it in the settings really quick, but you could go back if you want to see. There's a key binding for dash left, dash right, and a setting for auto reload, so you don't have to reload cancel your shots, which makes the tech skill way easier in this game. Okay, so here's the mansion library. This is the main change in mansion. There's little like cubbies on the side now which you can hide in, which are pretty cool. I forgot to show off the chandeliers, but the chandeliers in the center look a little nicer now, and they're like angled platforms. They're not like flat on the top, they're like kind of angled up top, kind of like a cone. There's still a flat part at the top, but there's like a little bit, just a little bit different collision on the chandeliers in the middle of the mansion. And on town, these little like side ledges, like there's one supposed to be there, and then in the alley, like in these three cubbies, there's supposed to be like a reload ledge there, and they are gone. This vehicle and the vehicle on the other side are quite changed. So like I think I show you can get inside that and kind of shoot out of it. Yeah, like here. You can actually take shots there. Here you can't do the vertical wall run because there's such a big gap to the ground, and there's like way better visibility on this thing. So like if you're standing over here, you don't even have to peek, and you can find out exactly how many people are like in this whole long area of the map. So it's kind of weird, but I would say I like it overall. And then this little thing they put on the wall here, you can actually stand on it for some reason. And I think there's like some other kind of weird collision that has messed people up over there, but I didn't show it off. I'll keep going over the maps. So station, I think I have a station video. Yeah. So here's station. If I ever let go of tab. Okay, you can see it's completely different. Like the map is way smaller. There's only one like middle area here. Tons of verticality on this map, which is really, really fun. You can actually get up onto that red bridge there, and there's like a little lip you can stand on. I don't know if I'm going up there right now. Oh, I am going up there. Yeah, you can stand on this like little ledge there, like this. There you go. And so you can like play like sniper weapons from there and stuff. You can also just take, if you're playing like revs, you could do like some pretty crazy air movement there and whatnot. There's just a lot of like creative variety on this map. I don't know how good it is competitively, but casually this map is like super, super fun. So that's kind of an idea of what this map looks like. And then the new map is the one they teased. Here it is a little bit. Yeah, so when you have more players, you spawn like some in the middle, some on top.
Let's rock.
This is like the upper section. There's a little gap in the middle here that you can drop down in. And there is... I'll show it a little bit better later. No. Here.
Okay.
Come on. What is going on? There we go. There it is. Okay, so like these, if you aim too far down, which is like roughly halfway like in between these gaps, you won't collide, but if you're aiming up, you can use them for cover. So they're pretty cool pieces of cover, and that little thing is like a divot you can walk into, so there's quite a variety of like ways you could play on this map. Both of the new maps, like there's so many options in how you can play them. It'll be interesting to see if they're actually good competitively, but casually, I think they're both fantastic. And so there's a lot of like kind of bugs in the game. None of them are too bad, but there's just a lot of annoying little stuff. Like sometimes when people type, their messages will come up twice. There's a few like UI bugs and just kind of unfinished programming. Like you can't even see like the score in like an elimination game, which is what TDM used to be, or what TDM is now called. Sword reload is back in the game in case you are used to private servers and didn't know that was a thing. I'm expecting people are going to recommend they remove that, but it is in the game right now. Okay, and so now I'm going to just go through all of the equipment. All the armor... Here we go. I think I start here. All the armor is 30 AP and 0 weight. So it's completely standardized. As long as you're wearing all 5 pieces of armor, you get the same boost from it. There's 3 currencies you can see. There's like the nicer in-game currency, and then there's the old bounty. So some of the like blue items at the top that are a little bit fancier cost the like extra in-game currency. And then they don't have anything for the actual like real money currency in-game yet. They said there'll be like stuff like bullet trails and some other interesting stuff, so we'll see how that is, but we don't know of any of it in the beta yet. Yeah, the characters both look different. I don't show a male in this, by the way. I guess I could probably show that in case anyone cares. I kind of forgot to. I'll do that at the end of this, actually, just to include everything. The HP rings are either 20 HP, 20 AP, or 10 weight. I don't really know why you would use the AP ring, so I feel like they need to like buff the AP ring maybe to like 25. Yeah, so the way the weapons work, there's actually quite a bit of variation in these. I think all the melee weapons are 10 weight, so that's a nice little simple thing. But there's like 3 or so variations on each weapon, and then within each variation there's like 3 different skins. So like the rusty sword, the iron sword, and the justice are all the same, just standard katana. But then there's also like a more gladiator style slower sword, and then like a super low damage like +5 AP sword. The kodachis are pretty good. So if you're like messing up your tech a lot, like you're learning still and getting a lot of like ground slashes, these could actually be quite viable. And so the balance on a lot of the other weapons, it's kind of a little all over the place. It's really not that bad. Like they did test it, I think. There's just a few weird things about it, and like I don't think there's been a gun server that is like this high damage before. So like I still need to like look more detailed into this balance kind of stuff. And I show it off after I show all these weapons. But when you buy these things, the default price listed is a 3-day rental, and you can buy 3, 7, 30, or unlimited. Just to give like a reason to like kind of grind the currency in the game a little bit. It's not too bad. I really wouldn't worry about this too much. If you run out of money, you can just make a new character. The money, I don't know how you would run out of money, but theoretically you could. But the money is per character, so if you run out, you're not just going to get like soft locked. You could just make a new character, but it is something to keep in mind. There's 70 damage machine guns, by the way, that shoot at 300 delay, which is very weird. I think these are also grenade launchers that do 150 damage. I haven't tried them yet because they require level 10, but I think you can guess how they work. They're probably not so good, but maybe viable at 150 damage on a grenade launcher. The rockets at 80 are probably pretty bad. So I think I showed most everything here. Here's the buying stuff. I assume it's a multiple, so like the unlimited shotguns are not that much. Hopefully that's everything I wanted to show. I'm hoping that like somewhere like on the side here they're gonna add like a tutorial mode, because it really looks like a like kind of modern shooter kind of thing they're going for here, where they got the like quick start button and you're gonna be able to queue ranked from here. So I still think they're gonna add like a lot of stuff just in general to this, but that's most of what's in the game so far. And then I will quickly go through the mail stuff, and then that'll be it for the video, I think. I guess I'll show the mail in game too. If you're wondering if female shotgun blink is in the game, it is not. So if you use blink with shotguns as a female, you cannot currently do that. If you're aware of the character model like squishing, I haven't seen that yet. I think that bug might be fixed. That happened on like low resolutions when you're like looking downwards. Okay, and then I think all the weapons are the same. Okay, and then I guess I'll show in-game.
Let's rock.
Oh, I only have one weapon equipped. I can show the chandelier, I guess. Yeah, so this is what I was saying, like It's like a cone. You like walk up to the peak kind of thing. Don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it might be a little bit worse since you can't wall climb on it, but it's something different. I'm hoping that they like add like old town, old mansion to the game, because these maps are really cool, but there are actual changes, and like town especially is like super super well known for what it was, right? So they like remove some of the ledges in it. It's a little weird. Something else I noticed is like this stuff like has collision. I don't know if you can stand up here. It's a little weird moving around without my third weapon. I use that a lot for movement. Yeah, I don't think you can stand up there, but these do block your shots. So like what I was saying about the maps being different is that like the like shots you're able to take and everything are like a little bit different than they used to be. But overall, I would say the game, when you first log in, it's not going to feel amazing because you got to like fix stuff like... Is this the idle animation? Is that a new idle animation? There's a few things you got to change when you get in the game, but overall, pretty nice. It's kind of like mixed on what people think of it. Some people don't like it. They think it feels weird. Some people think it feels amazing. Some people think it's faster than private servers. Some people think it's slower than private servers. So you're going to have to try it yourself and see what it is for you. The engine is updated. I think the changes might have been made like a long time ago. Could have been like as long as 8 years ago. But this is technically not GunZ 1.5. This is more like Masongsoft's KGunZ. So there are things that are updated. So it's slightly different, but it is very, very similar to what it was. So like, if you know how to play GunZ, once you get your stuff set up, it's still gonna feel like very similar to how it was. And the yo-yo and blink stuff for male, I'm pretty sure is also the same. It's just the female shotgun that uses the proper shotgun jump animation, whereas a lot of private servers put on the yo-yoable, blinkable animation that they custom make. Is there anything else? Like, yeah, there's a lot of like small options missing. There's like damage numbers missing. There's like some bugs where like maybe the damage to enemy is not like showing up properly. Like it doesn't show score, but like this is a really early beta. To be honest, I don't think that they're gonna release this year. If they actually want to release it this year, they gotta work really fast, listen to a bunch of changes, just implement stuff like all the time. And hopefully, like, if they really want to release this fast, they just have to have like a beta going like most of the time, so that people can give like constant feedback, be like, oh, okay, the update's good, or like this still needs updated, da 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 da, and like every day they need to like do stuff, because I think it's a really good base, and I do think this could be really successful. But they gotta get to work, you know. Like this is like a just barely acceptable like playtest kind of thing. So yeah, overall I'm optimistic, but we will see how much they actually do. So that I believe is everything I know right now. Check the comments if I have an update. I either might just have a text update, I'll pin it, or it may link to another video, like a part 2 to this. But this is everything about the first beta that we know so far.